Cael swinging in, and it's a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of February 25th. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, state girls hockey highlights, plus section boys hockey, boys swimming, and wrestling. We'll meet a Wayzata wrestling standout in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
And we'll get started with the state gymnastics meet. We have some great individuals and teams in the northwest suburbs, and one gymnast from the area stole the show at the AA individual competition. Let's start with the biggest moment of the night. Champlin Park's Chaney hits for a perfect 10 on vault. The first time in state meet history a 10 has been scored, and part of an incredible meet for the sophomore. A lot of local girls do well on beam. Hopkins Duboni Reglo scores a 9.3625 for 10th place. Maple Grove's Nadia Abbott scores a 9.55, and she takes third place for the Crimson. On floor exercise, Wayzata's Grace Trainer scores a 9.55. That's good for 11th place. Maple Grove's Sasha Thompson earns a 9.5 score for 13th place. But the night belongs to New. She wins every event and her third straight all-around title with a score of 39.1, and of course that perfect 10 on vault.
I was like, it's probably going to be a 9-9 or a 10. When I saw like 3 of the scores, I'm like, please be a 10, please be a 10, and then the fourth 10, so I was super happy. I'm super proud of myself that I got that all-around score. I've been working for a 39 all year, and I got super close at one meet. I got like a 38.925, so I'm just super happy that I finally got a 39.
Yeah, Jay, not only is a 10 incredible, but a 39.1, the first time that's happened at a state meet since 1999. So you think she can't top the year before, and then Chaney New does it again here.
A big story even among all of the other competitors at the meet. I mean, they were pretty pumped up, everybody in the stands as well, to see that 10, so congratulations to Chaney. Well, prior to the individual competition, Maple Grove represented Section 5 at the Class AA team competition. Highlights from Friday night at Maturi Pavilion, the Crimson at state for the second time in 3 seasons. Nadia Abbott earns the Crimson top score on the vault, landing with a mark of 9.45. To the uneven bars, and Sasha Thompson, she scores an 8.925, second for the team in this event on a night where the Crimson top 144 for the evening. Balance beam, and 3 of the Maple Grove girls earn scores of 9 or higher. Emma Ungard gets the top score with a 9.25. And in the floor exercise, it's Abbott scoring a 9.525. Thompson is second for Maple Grove with a 9.2 as Maple Grove places 6th as a team. Lakeville North wins the AA team title with Stillwater second and Owatonna third. The Crimson final score is 144.625.
Now to girls hockey, where 2 teams from the area made the state tournament, 1 in each class. Class AA quarterfinals, and as Maple Grove facing Minnetonka, a team the Crimson beat back in November. First period, Maple Grove's Tristana Tater on the rush. Her shot sneaks past the Tonka goalie and in for a goal. The Crimson have the lead 1-0, 6:49 into the game. The Skippers tie it when number 18 Olivia Meredith tips in Hannah Baskin's shot from the point. It's 1-1 after period. In the second, the Skippers break the game open. Emily Bayless with a tip in on Maggie Nicholson's shot. Power play goal puts Tonka ahead for good. Later in the period, Lacey Martin digs the puck out from behind the Grove net and slips a shot into the net. It's 4-1 Minnetonka. The Crimson do get one back before the end of the period. Lauren Stensley sneaking a shot in to make it 4-2, but the Skippers go on to beat the Crimson in this one 7-4. After beating Eastridge in the consolation semifinals, Maple Grove beat Farmington 5-1 to take the consolation title. Lauren Stensley had 2 goals and 2 assists and was named to the all-tournament team. Coley Corbin had 3 assists in the game. Maple Grove finishes with a 21-8-1 record. In Class A, defending champion Breck beat Fergus Falls and Mound West Tonka to advance to the title game for a rematch against War Road. Mustangs looking to reverse a loss to the Warriors during the regular season. Olivia Mobley's shot is blocked, but it deflects to Carly Beanick. She slides it home for a 1-0 Breck lead. It's 1-1 after a period. Second period, and Breck wins the draw. L.A. Klepinger's shot goes off a War Road defender and in. The Mustangs grab a 2-1 lead. Uma Corney has tested plenty. This nice stop, one of 41 saves on the day. Breck leads it 2-1 through 2. And they erupt in the third period. Mobley snipes a shot for an early goal. That makes it 3-1 Mustangs. Breck's awarded a penalty shot, and Sadie Lindsay is patient on the slow motion move to the backhander. And it's 4-1. Ashley Halverson on a 2-on-1 puts the finishing touches on a huge third period. Breck celebrates back-to-back state titles with a 6-1 win over Warroad.
Section champions will be crowned later this week in boys hockey. In Section 6AA, two local squads met up in the semifinals as third seed Wayzata faced second seed Benilde. The Red Knights' Charlie Warner passes to Jackson Bisson. His rebound try is in. It's 1-0 Benilde. The Red Knights get a 5-minute major penalty and Wayzata takes advantage. Michael North with a one-timer for a goal ties the game up at 1-1. And then 40 seconds later, Tommy Bergsland's pass springs Luke Monet on the wing, and he sets up Jack Kimlinger for a beautiful backhand goal. Wayzata's in front 2-1 after 1. The Red Knights tie it early in the second with their own power play goal. Blake Messenberg snipes the shot in from the circle, and the game is tied up at 2. And that's the way that it stays until late in the third period. Jonah Mortensen finds Cooper Gay alone in front for the shot and goal. A great play by the Red Knights as they eliminate Wayzata and move into the Section 6AA final Wednesday night against top seed Edina. It was a similar scenario in Section 5AA with two teams from our viewing area hooking up in the semis. Champlin Park facing second seed Maple Grove. Maple Grove's Ethan Elias sends it down low to Tyler Kostelecki, and his wrist shot beats Brennan Boynton for a 1-0 Crimson lead. Champlin Park wins the draw. The first shot's blocked, but Tanner Thompson sneaks the puck in from a bad angle as the Rebels tie the game up. It's 1-1 through one period. Second period, Justin Janicki's turnaround try is blocked, but Kyle Kukkonen is there to bury it. The start of a huge period for him. On a 3-on-2 rush, Kukkonen carries it toward the right circle and unleashes a great shot. Give the Crimson a 3-1 lead. A nice forecheck by Jack Kargas frees the puck for the Rebels. Aiden Brandt sets up Derek Roberts for the goal as Champlin Park is within 3-2. But Maple Grove wins this one. Heavy traffic in front, and Kukkonen will whack away at it to score his third goal of the second period. Maple Grove takes a 4-2 win to advance to the final against top seed Blaine.
Now to boys swimming, where spots in this weekend's state meet were on the line. Several of our local schools compete in Section 5AA. Highlights from the swim finals. Wayzata's 200-yard medley relay team of Sam Kennedy, Nick Cael, Casey Stowe, and anchor Bo Brinkman shattered the section and pool records with a winning time of 1 minute 31.81 seconds. In the 200-yard freestyle swim, it's Ian Tarazuski winning in 147.7. Trojans Matthew Gendro is second. Donovan Durant of Champlin Park third. 200-yard IM, Casey Stowe of Wayzata sets a new section record, winning in 153.87 seconds. Nathan Welly of Cooper finishes second to also make state. 100-yard freestyle of the white cap in lane 4 is Jacob Boswell of Cooper finishing first with a time of 48.08 seconds. Tim Belobe of Wayzata is second to also make state. In the backstroke, another section and pool record is set. Sam Kennedy of Wayzata wins in 50.29 seconds, just ahead of teammate Casey Stowe. The Trojans take the top 4 spots. Sophomore Nick Cael of Wayzata also sets a section record in the 100 breaststroke. He finishes first in 57.14 seconds on a great day for Wayzata as they win Section 5AA again this year.
Yeah, no, today was an amazing day. We had multiple meet records, pool records, multiple best times throughout the team, and overall we just had a really good performance today, and we can't wait till next week for state.
We trained for this, you know, our coaches every day he would, tell us to remember our goals and, really strive for those, and especially today.
As we check the team scores, Wayzata cruises to the win, way ahead of runner-up Spring Lake Park. Champlin Park is third, Cooper fourth, Armstrong fifth, Osseo seventh, and Park Center eighth. The state meet begins Thursday. Jay, also Breck Blake won the Section 2A meet.
Yeah, they're a tough team to beat. Maple Grove was fourth in Section 8AA. Hopkins was second in 6AA. And again, the meet wrapping up this coming Saturday, the state meet. Next up, section wrestling highlights, plus a look ahead to the girls basketball playoffs.
Welcome back. Time for wrestling.
That's right. A number of local wrestlers in Section 5 3A made the finals. Finals highlights, and we start at 120. Wayzata's Cael Swenson locks the cradle on Maple Grove's Dylan Schultz and eventually gets the pin for his first section title. Both guys are headed to state. At 138 pounds, Gavin Peterson of Maple Grove facing former Cooper coach Tim Hansen's son Dylan Hansen of St. Michael Albertville. Peterson gets the takedown on the way to an 8-2 win. At 145, Parker Carey of Wayzata rocks back with the cradle to score near fall points on his way to a 12-2 win over Seth Anderson of Mound West Tonka. Wayzata's Cal Lonnquist is also a section champ at 106. At 195, after placing third the past 2 years, Evan Hull of Maple Grove gets a section title. He pins Mound's Chris Kurtz to advance on to the state tournament. And at 220, Osseo's Jagger Shack is in orange. He fights off a shot by Toby Dean of STMA to get the takedown on the way to a win for the section title. And here's what some local section champs had to say.
I felt good. It was a lot of fun. I mean, section finals is always a super fun match, and I went up against a pretty good opponent, but I came out on top, the rest of my hardest. It was really fun.
I put in a lot of work in the summer too, and my expectation was to win it. So I wasn't as excited, winning it, because I want to pull a medal from the state tournament next week.
Feels pretty good. Finally getting a section champion last year, coming up a little short. I felt pretty good knowing that I was the first seed, and felt good knowing that my opponent that was second seed. I wrestled them before.
Just a little bit of a sigh of relief, honestly, but it gets me all the more excited for the next step, which is state. So I'm going to be focused on that from now on. So I'm super excited, super excited.
Congrats to all the local state entrants. The Hopkins and Wayzata girls basketball teams have each had outstanding seasons. The #1 Royals beat #2 Wayzata by 3 in their first meeting. The second game, though, was not nearly as close. Paige Beckers of Hopkins coming off a 43-point performance in the team's first meeting. Good passing by Hopkins. 4 players touched the ball. Maya Naji finishes with the layup for a 10-4 lead. Freshman Mara Braun gets the steal for Wayzata and takes it all the way for a layup, and the Trojans are within 10-8, but they struggle to stay with the Royals. Beckers penetrates and dishes to KK Adams for one of her 3 first-half threes. It's 23-11. Beckers battles through the contact to hit a turnaround jumper on her way to a 23-point game. Hopkins is up by 15 at the half. Second half, and Beckers heats up, popping a 3 from the left side, and the lead is 20 for the Royals. Jenna Johnson tries to keep Wayzata close. She scores 12 points total, but it's just not the Trojans' night. Delayla Chicolas gets a putback basket as Hopkins dominates this one to complete a 26-0 regular season. 70-49 Royals is the final.
Like the Hopkins girls, the Hopkins boys basketball team was also looking for a regular season sweep of Wayzata. Jalen Deering and the Royals can protect their #1 ranking in Class 4A. First half, Cody Williams hits a runner in the lane, and it drops for 2 of his 12 points for Wayzata. Game is tied at 7. Zeke Naji's a load to stop. He drives baseline and finishes with a big dunk. It's 15-7 Hopkins. Next possession, the lob from Dane Zimmer to Naji for another big jam. It's a 10-0 scoring run for Hopkins. Luke Paulson had a big game on senior night at Wayzata. He beats a defender and scores on a nice reverse layup here. 12 points for him in the game. Wayzata, though, still trailing Hopkins by 8 at halftime. Second half, nice pass by Paulson with a cutting Jacob Benega, who hits the tough jumper. He scores 21. A few minutes later, Keaton Heidi drives strong to the basket to lay in 2 points. And the Trojans are within 4. They get as close as 2, but then Deering scores in transition and is fouled. Put the Royals back up by 5, and they never look back. Naji scores 34 points, and Hopkins wins it over Wayzata. 84-69 is the final. Last Wednesday's heavy snow forced the Maple Grove and Osseo boys and girls basketball teams to wait one more day before they could hit the court for a doubleheader. The Osseo boys looking for a season sweep of the Crimson. Maple Grove's Jared Rainey splits the defense, goes in to score, and it's 10-7 Crimson. Eli Barlow penetrates and finds Deontay Ferguson under the hoop for 2. And Osseo plays well in the first half. On the inbounds play, Terrence Waite spots Tariq Henry. Good position inside for him. He scores. Osseo leads 29-21 at halftime. But it's mostly Crimson in the second half. Nate Adams with a steal. He takes it in for the layup, put Maple Grove ahead. Rainey penetrates and then finds Kyle Dreyer on a well-timed cut for the layup. Dreyer scores 10 points in the game. They kick it back out to Adams for a long three, and it's good. He nets 15 for the night. And Grove, after this basket, leads by 9. Rainey scores 19 on the night. Maple Grove dominates the second half on the way to a 60-44 win for a split of the season series with Osseo.
In the girls' game, Maple Grove moves the ball quickly around the perimeter, and Abby Schulte knocks down a three from the corner for a quick 5-0 Crimson lead. Ari Gordon steps in for the steal of the Osseo pass and takes it all the way for a layup plus a foul. A great play for the freshman. It's 9-3. Osseo has some trouble with the dribble. Schulte scoops it up and takes it in to score 2 of her 20 points. Maple Grove is up 38-18 at halftime. Doug Erline's Orioles play a more even second half. Nice hands by Jay Quade to handle a pass from Anna Corona for 2 inside. But it's an uphill battle for Osseo. Maple Grove misses the shot, but Jordan Lamker gets the putback basket on her way to a 20-point night. Maple Grove rolls to a 70-47 win.
It's playoff time in girls basketball. A good number of local teams earned high seeds for section play. In Section 5-4A, Park Center is the top seed. The Pirates host Irondale in the quarterfinals Wednesday. Also that night, 5th seed Champlin Park is at Spring Lake Park. Defending section champ Roseville hosts Mounds View, and Osseo is at number 2 seed Centennial. The semifinals are Saturday at Blaine High School. Hopkins is the top seed in 6-4A. The Royals host Washburn in the quarterfinals Wednesday. 3rd seed Armstrong hosts South, and 2nd seed Wayzata hosts Southwest. The semifinals are Saturday at the site of the top seed remaining, likely Hopkins. Maple Grove is the number 2 seed in Section 8-4A behind St. Michael Albertville. Quarterfinal games Tuesday include Rogers at Elk River and Maple Grove hosting Brainerd. The semifinals are Saturday at St. Cloud State. In Class 3A, defending state champion Cooper is the top seed in Section 6. The Hogs have a bye into Saturday's semifinals, but Nild is the number 3 seed, and the Red Knights host Orono in the quarterfinals. Cooper hosts one semifinal. The other highest seed hosts the other one on Saturday evening. And in Class 2A, Maranatha is the number 3 seed, Providence number 5 in Section 5, Heritage Christian Academy the number 1 seed in Section 4A. Some great playoff matchups, no doubt, coming here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we really do have a lot of good teams, and not just in the biggest class, obviously, too. We got some other good ones along the way. Next in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a talented sophomore from Wayzata who will aim for a spot on the medal stand at the state wrestling tournament. The Wayzata wrestling team finished as Section 5 3A runner-up this season, and the Trojans have a lot of young talent. They qualified 5 wrestlers to the State 3A individual tournament. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet a polished Wayzata wrestler who will take aim at a title this week. He was given a wrestling legend's name, so maybe it was destiny for Wayzata sophomore Cael Swenson to become a star on the mat.
We wanted an unusual name. We wanted something that was different. And Cael Sanderson was wrestling at Iowa State at the time, and we lived in South Dakota. And we were able to watch it on, I think at the time, like public broadcasting covered the Iowa State matches. So we, Cael this, Cael that. And my wife was like, I really like that name. And if you don't know much about wrestling, nobody knows. So that's where we got the name from. And when you go to national tournaments now, there's a lot of little Caels. There's a lot of kids right around his age that are named that.
Cael surpassed the 45 win mark for this season over the weekend at the Section 5 3A individual tournament and will make his 2nd straight state appearance.
I think I wrestled really well. I think my styles changed a little bit meaner, faster, stronger. I don't know, I think the 3 losses I've had were really close matches, and I think I'm a different wrestler, and I would like to have had those matches back because it would have been pretty sweet being an undefeated wrestler, but it's good to see what I needed to work on and improve on from those losses.
He's beaten a lot of ranked kids, a lot of great matches. His confidence is sky high, and we've had a fun year. It hasn't been too stressful yet. I know the state tournament's gonna be really hard. He's got some buddies from other towns that are in his weight class
Cael and his dad Eric, the Trojans head coach, get to spend a lot of time together. That's mostly a good thing.
I think it's benefit me a lot because he gets that one-on-one where he sees what I need to work on, and then when I go to Minnesota Elite and have workouts with private coaches, he's there to be able to say what I need to work on and also be able to push me when some other kids might be slacking a little bit. I always know I'm going to be pushed.
The nervous feeling of it is tremendous. It can be overwhelming. We were in the state tournament years ago. There was a kid I had in Florida, and his name is Sean Landgraf, and his dad is a police officer down there. And Sean was in the state finals, and his dad came up to me before. His dad's a big guy, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm dying inside." And I looked at him and I was like, "Hey, relax, we got this." And I mean, as a coach, I had no nervous feeling at all. There was just nothing. And I just said, we got this. And Sean ended up winning a state title, and everything was good. And I didn't realize what that was until my son started wrestling.
Cael's little brother Logan is also an accomplished wrestler as a 7th grader, although he's too small to wrestle at even the lightest high school weight class.
His grade is really strong. My brother Logan, and his practice partner Luke Coonan, they wrestle really hard together. They push each other, and I think when they're in high school, that we're going to be really tough because those two guys, they work really hard. They come in here and they just get right after it. They don't take time with their shoes or anything. They just got them on, come in, start wrestling.
Cael Swenson was 4th at 106 pounds in his first state appearance last season. He wrestles year-round and placed 4th at Greco-Roman Nationals. He's rated number 4 at 120 pounds in 3A heading into state, and definitely thinks he's a title contender.
I definitely think I have a good shot. I think I work really hard. I get in 2 workouts a day. I'm driven. I eat right. I'm healthy. I do everything, and I just really want it. I want it bad.
You know, he's a sophomore. We still have junior year and senior year as well, and I think if he keeps working and doing what he's doing, I would hope that is in the future for him.
Swenson faces Ryan Boris of Alexandria in the first round of the Class 3A individual tournament Friday morning. Stay tuned for our Plays of the Week up next.
Kisses from people in the crowd. I love it.
You win some horse games with that.
Najee puts it on the deck and explodes to the basket for the dunk.
And don't forget our CCX Sports Play of the Week. We have 4 new plays each week to vote on. Go to our website at ccxmedia.org. And here's last week's winner. Wayzata's Jack Kimlinger made a nice move to score against Edina in the Trojans' regular season finale in boys hockey. Thanks to all who voted. Remember, go to our website and vote for this week's plays. They are posted now. And that will do it for this week's show.
Thanks for watching. See you next week on Sports Jam.